Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be doing my review of Chelsea's 2-1 win over Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park yesterday. It was a brilliant win yesterday, and of course going to be talking about the game, my thoughts on it, man of the match, and of course reading out your comments that you sent to me on Facebook. So yeah, let's get to it straight away. Going into the game I felt optimistic, but also I felt a bit that the players' mentality had to be right. I felt last year going into the game the mentality wasn't really there. The right mentality, and that's why we lost in the end, and that's why we put in such a bad performance. And that was a lot of the time when we went to grounds, Newcastle, Aston Villa, grounds like that, where we didn't put in the effort. The players like Hazard, Schürrle, whoever you say on the pitch, of course, didn't perform to their level really. And I think that this year was totally different. From the first minute, the players looked like they were up for it. Hazard, Willian, Fabregas, I think every player on the pitch, Remy, his movement was good all day, and really I felt from the first minute it looked optimistic, even though the game was a bit open at first, and maybe that could have been negative. They got through a few times, but we just looked better. And then of course we got a free kick, and very early on, and Oscar took it, and it was just an amazing goal, world class. And I'm gonna just say right now before I continue on with the match, Oscar was man of the match. He ran the game yesterday. He was brilliant from the first minute to the last. He was just absolutely amazing, and it's good because he had been getting a lot of criticism from Chelsea fans recently, and I have to admit that he's proved all those critics wrong. In some ways he's proven me wrong. I mean, I've always had belief that he can turn into be a brilliant player. I've never said, oh, he's crap, he does nothing. I just thought he needed more work rate, which we saw against Arsenal, and ever since really the Bolton game where he scored that winner and played well in that game, the League Cup game, ever since then he's looked better each game. Aston Villa was brilliant, man of the match. Against Arsenal was a contender, even though I'd say Hazard and Fabregas would be ahead of him. He put in that brilliant work rate all day, and just showed commitment to the badge. And yesterday was even better because he ran the game, got a goal and an assist. He was my man of the match, and I think all Chelsea fans were really impressed by him. He's looking better week by week, which is optimistic, which is a positive, because in a way I think there's pressure on him, especially when you have the likes of Fabregas, Costa and Hazard playing so well. It just lifts the team, and to know that there's another player now performing, it just gives us another outlet and another way to think, yeah, this guy, when he steps in front of a free kick now going forward, people are going to feel, oh, why isn't Fabregas? You're going to think, oh, Oscar, he knows how to score a free kick, so and you're going to feel confident with him in the team. And for me, when there was a suggestion of like 4-3-3, I think he's making it so when we go away to the big places like maybe United next week or against Liverpool, he'll say, look, you can still play me and I'll still do that defensive work. And he was brilliant. I can't give enough praise to Oscar, as I'm sure many Chelsea fans, and you'll see the comments later, all about Oscar. So then going on from that, it looked like we controlled the game really. And then of course Azpilicueta put in that challenge, really ridiculous challenge, no complaints about it being a red card. When you put in that sort of challenge nowadays, what would you expect? I was not surprised when he brought out the red. And yeah, that kind of changed the game, and it lifted their crowd, because their crowd was good all day, but the worst thing you could do is give them any chance to get back into the game. I thought we were controlling the game, and then he flies in with a challenge, and then it looked like we're going to have to sit back and just wait for our chance to counter. And even though it's Chelsea, of course, we do have a good defence, so I wasn't too worried that we have a rubbish defence. I just thought that pressing back, you just see how the game could eventually go. But then a couple of minutes later to that, Remy gets away, and Delaney, what an absolute idiot. I mean, I just think the yellow he can have no complaints with. He's complaining, he's walking away from the referee, telling him, don't talk to me, you're an idiot, you get a yellow, you're disrespecting the ref. And then the second one, he pulls Remy back. You can't do that, that's a yellow. And the referee was good, and I think the referee was good all day. He gave the red to Azpilicueta, he gave the red to Delaney. Both were obvious red cards, or both yellow cards for Delaney, of course. A yellow card for Delaney, a straight red. I think he was good all day, didn't really make a bad decision, and that's what refs should be doing. They should be consistent. I think we saw it with Phil Dowd, I think it was, against Swansea last year, against Renango Maranga, I can't remember who it was, I think, who got two yellows for two bookable offences, and that's what I want to see from refs, more consistency, because then we'll give you more respect. So I thought the ref was good yesterday, and didn't become the star of the show in any way. He made the right decisions, and got to give praise for the ref on that. But just moving on from that, it seemed there wasn't much time to half time, so we didn't have a lot of things to do. I think Terry had a header which got cleared off the line, and we were looking good, and then we came out in the second half and it just seemed like there was no dip in quality at all. We controlled the game. There was only one team looking like scoring, it was going to be us, and the second goal came. Brilliant goal. I mean, just it looks like some of the goals we've been scoring this year look like FIFA really. Just brilliant passing moves. Started off by Fabregas and of course ended by Fabregas. Fabregas to Hazard. I think he gave it to Costa, Oscar, who laid it off for Fabregas, who just put it brilliantly into the bottom corner, and 2-0, and then from there you just felt so optimistic and confident, and just controlled the game really. Up until the 90th minute, I think, when Palace got that really stupid soft goal that shouldn't have been conceded. But overall, I thought Matic was a beast in midfield, as he always is, protecting the back four. Cahill didn't have the best of, he had a shaky start, but he got better. Terry, for 500 games as captain, leader, legend, he is the best English centre back for the last decade in my opinion, and he will continue to be. Because he's just absolutely brilliant. The commentator made a good thing. He said that maybe Matic has given him an extra 2 years maybe in his legs, because of course breaking up all that play, and it's true. And to see Terry 500 games, he came over. My brother was actually at the game yesterday, and he said he was the only Chelsea player at the end to come over and clap the fans, which I found weird, but he had another good game. Ivanovic did have some problems, but overall looks stable. Of course, Aspilicueta got a red card, so Luis, when he came on, looked good, but that goal we gave away right at the end was a shame, and probably it stopped us getting our third clean sheet in a row, which is a bit annoying, and it's just a goal we shouldn't have given away. It lifted the Palace crowd a bit. They didn't start, the stadium didn't start shaking, because I think even they knew that we'd been controlling the game for so long, and from there we just did. There wasn't a lot of chances. I felt the Hazard play burner, some people may have criticised him, but I thought he had a decent game. Remy, his movement was good, but he didn't have any clear-cut chances for me to go. As a striker, you've got to have a clear-cut chance, and it wasn't like he wasn't looking for chances. His movement was good, his link-up play was good, so I'd say he was good around. Yeah, it was just a really dominant performance from the team. I mean, the score sheet and maybe the last 3 minutes or 4 minutes may have not looked like that. It may have looked like we were doing a typical Chelsea where we throw the game away, but we were just controlled. Fabregas was brilliant with his second goal, and yeah, I'm just really confident about this team. Oscar, man of the match, just going around the team really, and yeah, it was a good win, especially with City winning, and it just brings us more confidence every week. I believe that this team's getting better and better. And we go to United on next Sunday, which is a massive game, a chance to make another massive statement, and probably our biggest of the season, probably. And then Maribor on Tuesday, which I'm going to, which hopefully we can make a statement in the Champions League and really start to look towards qualifying, because I think a convincing win will really set us up nicely to top that group. So yeah, all positives really. Of course, the only negative was Costa, which I haven't mentioned yet. Wasn't even there. The problem is, like, it's apparently about his hamstring again. There's a row between Chelsea and Spain, and I mean, I do agree with people who say if you don't want people playing for Spain or playing internationals, and don't buy international players. It's a bit of an annoyance, but Costa apparently does want to play. It isn't as bad as first thought, and I have confidence in our medical team. He can get a rest on Tuesday and maybe play on Sunday, so I don't think it's as bad as first thought. Costa's a very motivated player, and I'm sure he's going to want to get out there, and he doesn't want his spot being taken. As ridiculous as it sounds, I think Costa in himself feels that way, that he doesn't want his spot ever being taken, and he's very motivated, so I don't think it's as bad as first thought. And look, what people have been saying about without Costa would we be as good, we still won yesterday, so I feel confident when we don't have Costa. We still have a good enough cover to get the result, and yeah, all rounds are good. So I'm going to go to your guys' comments on Facebook. I've got to thank all of you once again who give your comments on the game, all positive really. The first one is from Jack. It says, good to see that we don't need Costa to score goals. The message was incredible today. That's what I said, agree with that. Johnny said, Matic was unreal today. Oscar looked also world class. Hazard looked unreal. Points and overall had a solid game. Lingesh says Oscar's back, baby. Daniel also said that Oscar is outstanding yet again. Sefer says the build-up play and finish for the second goal was class. Who says we play boring football? Like that comment. And Harrison says grinded it out. Kind of agree with that in a way, but also we were controlling the game. So you could say in a way we grinded it out, being 10 men. But it was a bit of a weird game, but you guess you could say grinded it out. Lewis says finally a fantastic performance, great free kick from Oscar, showed we can cope without Costa. Yeah. So overall very positive, as it has been for most of the season, and hopefully we continue that. Got a big few weeks coming up. We've got Maribor on Tuesday, as I said, Man United, QPR, then Liverpool away, and a big few weeks where once again we can really make another few big statements. Got some big games coming up, and yeah, I feel really positive with Chelsea side. So thanks for all your comments, guys. Thanks for the support on this channel, growing week by week, and it really is positive to see this channel growing. If you haven't seen my Q&A, which I finally got up, had loads of problems uploading it, you can go and I'll leave a link in the description, and you can go and watch my Q&A, answer all your questions that you left. Maybe doing another one of those in the international break. Really enjoyed doing it. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Another one of my videos. Please like, rate, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter @SonChelsea, and yeah, I'll see you again.